everyone, and thank you for joining again. Thanks everyone for all the likes and all the subscriptions. I am really feeling happy and blessed about that because we finally hit 600 subscribers. So thank you everyone for joining. We are going to talk about distractions. I think you guys see my shirt. The struggle is real. It's because one thing that God really showed me this week is how limiting distractions can be when you're trying to reach your purpose and when you're trying to reach your destiny. And how are you supposed to actually handle distractions? One thing that I've realized is that a lot of times when God gives you your purpose or he gives you something that you're supposed to drive towards in your life, the devil knows that God has given that to you. So a lot of times the devil will come and try to throw things your way to pretty much get you off course. Think about it like basketball, since we're in March Madness. If you know that your opponent is about to make a shot, then you're going to try to distract them. You're going to try to steal the ball away from them if you can, in order to keep them from making their point. And the devil does this all the time. He does this through using people. He does this through using other activities that are contrary to what your actual purpose is. And the defeating part about it is that sometimes these distractions come, and if we're not prepared for these distractions, they can completely knock us off course from where God is trying to take us. So in today's video, I really just wanted to talk about what to do to deal with distractions. I know this week for me, I dealt with a ton of distractions, and I really had to try to figure out a way to get myself away from that and really remain focused. So there's 4 things that I can name to remain focused, but the first thing is that you have to know your focus. In order to not get distracted, you need to understand what you're supposed to be focused on. And what should we be focused on? We should be focused on what God has put in front of us to do. And sometimes that can be kind of difficult when you're trying to deal with all the different things that may be happening around you to remember what your focus actually is. It's something that I even struggle with from day to day. And these are some things that I started to do, and maybe they'll help you when it comes to distractions. The first one being focused and knowing what you're focused on. I take this from the verse Philippians 3:13 through 14, that I forget what's behind me and I press towards the mark for the prize of his high calling. And in the New International Version, it actually states that I press towards the goal to win the prize. And I thought that was a really good interpretation of it, because if you don't have a goal, you won't know what to focus on. So it's really important that you know what your goal is and you put that in front of you so that you know what to press towards. Number 2, eliminate distractions. I know that sounds really redundant, like obviously, Chi, how to get rid of distractions, eliminate distractions, like real smart. No, what I mean by that is get yourself out of an environment of being distracted. A lot of times we get distracted, but we're not doing anything to remove ourselves from an environment of distraction. One thing that I even do at work is, if a lot of people on my team are coming to me at once, sometimes I'll go into a whole other room so that I cannot be distracted and I get my work done. I think it's very similar in our lives, and when we're trying to live purpose-driven lives, sometimes you need to not go to where the distraction is going to be. Meaning, if you know that you're trying to be celibate, maybe don't contact the guy that is your weakness. If you know that you are trying not to partake in drinking, don't put yourself in situations where you will be tempted to drink. It's kind of eliminating those types of distractions. Even if you're studying and you happen to be on social media a lot, take those social media apps off your phone until you can get done with your exams and get done with your tests. It's kind of something that you need to do in order to make sure that you're not getting off course. Focus on living a purpose-driven life. If you know what your purpose is, it's easier not to get distracted because you know what you need to prioritize. The things that you need to prioritize in your life are those things that God has set in front of you in order to establish a purpose and ultimately give Him glory. So if you find what your purpose is and you understand what you're supposed to be doing, then it'll be easier for you not to get distracted and kind of push yourself back on the course that you're supposed to be on. And finally, have a goal and stick with it, meaning you're on that goal. God has given you that goal. Make sure that you stick to it. Make sure that you're really disciplining yourself. Get an accountability partner. If you know that there's a certain goal that you want to reach and you know that you're having a hard time focusing, sometimes you might have to get a buddy, someone in church, even someone in your family to really keep you accountable for sticking to your goal. If you're trying to lose weight, getting a workout buddy. If you're trying to open up a business, getting someone who's privy to business so that they can guide you and help you and encourage you and motivate you to stick with it. And if you do those things, and I've found when I do those things, it helps me a lot to really keep down the distractions and really focus on living a purpose-driven life. So that's it for this week. Again, thank you everyone for joining. It's been really a blessing to me, and I hope these videos are just as much as a blessing to me as they are to you. Please like, subscribe, give me ideas, give me comments. Again, always remember, I will, you will, and she will. Thanks for joining.